Alright, so I'm going to talk about something that maybe doesn't sound so super interesting. I'm going to talk about the kiwi. But we're going to take this a step further. I'm going to talk about varieties of this fruit that you may not be aware of. The kiwi that we know and love is part of the genus Actinidia. I'm probably saying that wrong. This is Actinidia deliciosa, but there are also several other varieties. There's actually, I believe it's 60 or over 60 different species of Actinidia, and this is just the one that we find in our supermarkets. But I also have two others with me. This is the golden kiwi, and this is a kiwi berry. So I'm going to compare the three of these and see what the differences are. I do know that the golden kiwi and the kiwi berry, we don't see these so often in supermarkets. You can find them sometimes at like specialty markets, but they are more perishable. So that's why I'm pretty sure we get these a little bit more often than that, because these will hold up for a while. So the fruit of the Actinidia genus actually contain a enzyme called actinidine. Actinidine is actually a substance that breaks down proteins. So kiwi can actually be used as a meat tenderizer. If you want to tenderize some meat, you can slice open a kiwi and rub a slice on your meat, and it's supposed to make it more tender. But for that same reason, because it breaks down proteins, if you were to try to combine kiwi fruit with a milk product or gelatin, it will make it separate because it breaks down the proteins in it. If you want to get around that problem and use kiwis to make things that have milk or gelatin in them, you can, but you have to cook them first. So here's the one that we all know, the green kiwi. Looks pretty good. Nothing new here. Here is the kiwi berry. Now, kiwi berry, you would think like, oh, this is going to be very difficult to eat. There's the inside. Oh, isn't that adorable? It looks a lot like the green kiwi, just a lot smaller. Yeah, they're like completely smoothing out, so no hair whatsoever. So you actually eat these with the skin intact, and that's how you're supposed to do it. The kiwi, the regular green kiwi that you eat, it does have a little bit of fur on it, and you can actually eat the skin. There's nothing stopping you from eating the skin, except for the fact that it's kind of a little weird to eat it with the hair. This one, I believe, actually had the hair removed from it. I see a little bit like on the little stem piece here, but the rest of it is relatively smooth. This one has a little blemish on it. Okay, so you're not pointing that out to me later. It does have a little blemish on it. That's just from standing out overnight. It just kind of exploded last night, so that's why I'm making this episode right now, because I want to do this before this goes bad. And the gold kiwi actually has a less fur on it. It's just naturally has less. I'm sure that you've probably had this, but just in case you've been living under a rock, kiwis taste a lot like kiwi. These are originally from China, and they were brought into New Zealand. And when people in New Zealand got these, they called them Chinese gooseberries. That's because, one, they're from China, and they have a slight gooseberry kind of flavor, which they do. It's not, I probably wouldn't have thought that unless I knew about that, about people in New Zealand calling it that. But now that I'm eating it, yeah, it does have like a gooseberry flavor. Kiwi berries, let's see if I can do this. Okay, I don't need to do that. Kiwi berries are, they have like that kind of kiwi flavor, but they are far sweeter. They don't have hardly any sourness, maybe like a little bit. I'd say like a 1. You know, not entirely a 0, but maybe like a 1 for sourness. It has more of a gooseberry flavor. Okay, and the gold. This one I'm excited about because I actually have no idea what this is gonna taste like. Doesn't smell like much, but let's see. Weird. This is not anything what I would have expected. The kind of like kiwi flavor is hardly there. You know, the flavor that you would get from this is hardly there. I thought that this was going to taste very similar to this, but it does not. It's a little bland, actually. It's got more of a sweetness to it than the green kiwi. This is probably up there with the kiwi berry, maybe like a little bit short. Maybe it's like a 6 for sweetness rather than a 7. It's rather sweet. There's only a little bit of tartness to it, but really it's mild. I want to say this has a little bit more of like a tropical undertone to it, like a little, but it's like really, really mute, like really, really like diluted, like coconut or mango, but just like hardly there. It may just be the ripeness of this one. There's always a lot of variation when you have fruits, depending on how ripe they are, when they were picked, you know, what cultivar it is, and all of that. But this one is honestly a little underwhelming. I was expecting a lot out of this, and I think I actually prefer the standard variety we get over it. Well, as promised, I'm going to eat the skin as well. The skin is actually supposed to be healthy. It's got like a lot of fiber in it. We just, you know, normally don't eat the skin. Yeah, let's see why. You know, that first bite I took, I was like, there's nothing wrong with eating the skin. And then at the very end, like right when I'm swallowing, it just goes like, meh, bitter. I mean, the bitterness is not pleasant, but it's hardly noticeable. You know, it's not like a bitterness like, ooh, bitter. Like that's a nice bitterness. Like bitterness from like a grapefruit would be like a nice bitterness. This is kind of like a little bit of like a harsh bitterness, like a chemical kind of bitterness. So yeah, if you wanted to like weird out your friends, you know, just like bite into a kiwi fruit with the skin and all. Like, otherwise, I don't know, keep doing what you're doing. It doesn't really matter so much to me to eat the skin or not. It's not much worse, but it's not better. This one, as you see, it's a lot smoother on the outside. There's hardly any hair there. So these ones are supposed to be a little bit easier to take with the skin. Let's see if that is true. Eating the skin of this is perfectly fine. There's no bitterness to it. So, in summation, if I were to judge a favorite out of these three, I'd say that third place would go to the golden kiwi, or like what's left of it. Second place would go to our standard kiwi that we get at the store, the green kiwi. And the number one spot goes to the kiwi berry. They don't last quite as long, but they are really, really good. They are delicious. They've got a lot of flavor, a lot of sweetness, not much sourness, and I do like sour fruits, so this is like, it's like a little bit of a negative for it, where the regular kiwi is better. But other than that, this just packs a pretty serious punch. Another fun fact about kiwi berries is that these are an invasive species. There's been a few cases of these kind of like taking over whole fields. And if you want to grow a fruit, even like if you live, you know, like where I do in like New York, these actually are pretty easy to grow, and they can take over your yard. But is that really such a bad thing? I don't know. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you next week. See ya. Okay, I only have 1 minute, so I have to make this fast. Guys, click the like button if you enjoyed this video. Click the subscribe button if you haven't already. Click that bell. I don't know what the bell does, but it probably gives an angel its wings, so click on it. That dislike button, don't click that one. Go to the comments, leave a comment if you have something to say. Go to the description, because in the description there is a link to my Patreon page where you can help contribute to my channel and make it grow. There's also a link to my website where you can see a backlog of videos, more information, and also you can buy a t-shirt at my website now. I want to give a special shout out to the channel Smarter Every Day, because Smarter Every Day is a mega contributor on Patreon. They're really helping me out. If you like what I'm doing with fruit, check out his channel because it basically covers everything involving science. It's really interesting. Also around there should be a couple of videos right here. These are the videos to my next week's episode if it's up, and last week's episode where you can check that out. I still have 3 seconds, guys, so thank you so much. Bye-bye.